the mind of ego grasping, which are the fundamental causes of our suffering. So that's why in order to get rid of these things, it's not easy. You have to have enough virtuous merits and removing obstacles. So the meditation we're doing, it's about also one part of that. It's our targeted, self-centered. So therefore it is not easy. So you have to have enough virtuous merits. Okay, now we're going to start. So usually any practice, like any specific Buddhist practice, whatever you do, just simple prayer, simple meditation, or simple discussion on dharma, any dharma activities you do, there are three important things we always need to think about. So the first is to set up intentions. So keep oneself, keep your intention. That's the first, very important. So the intention, which are the, sometimes I'm seeing there's some kind of text message, but I can't read. My iPad was quite distant there. So if anybody see there's something message which is important, just let me know. So then maybe not hearing or something, then let me know. But otherwise, if the caution things, then after we finish the meditation, I will leave, let up and open the question answer section. So we're going to do it that way. So the first important thing is to keep our intention. Make sure your intention is not out, come out from 8 mundane concern. It's 8 sort of attachments. So seeking oneself to gain reputation or money or power or some kind of fame. So if your meditation is because of to gaining oneself as a good reputation or fame or money or power like that, then this meditation will not going to help you to reduce your attachments, your self-centered. Instead of that, that meditation will increase more attachments. So that means dharma going to become devil, medicine turn into poison. So it's not going to benefit. So it is whatever dharma is there, even the dharma is very good, even the meditation is perfect, but each individual, if your intention is something negative, which means some polluted by some kind of negative emotion, then it will not going to benefit you. Even you are sitting in front of the Buddha, even Buddha teach you directly, but if you keep your intention is out of your attachments, out of ego, arrogance, something like that, whatever the dharma giving you will not going to benefit to you. So therefore, it is first very important to keep each individual should be keep very pure intentions. The first intention is at least not harming to other people. So not harming to other people, which means who will going to harm? So why are you harming to other people? Because when you involve or when you dominate or polluted by anger, jealousy, attachment. So when this negative emotion arises, these negative emotion will create you negative actions. So when you act negative, that's why you're hurting to other people. So the intention, at least not harming to other, means at least your intention should be, I'm meditating here to get rid of my attachment, my self-center, my negative emotion, because these negative emotions are not only hurting me, harming me, but these negative emotions also create problem within the family, within the societies. Therefore, I'm meditating here to reduce my mental afflictions. That's the one intention. Then the next intention is Mahayana, great vehicle, Mahayana intention, which means I'm meditating here to benefit to entire sentient beings, to well-beings others, wish to well-beings other, like a bodhicitta intention. So in order to benefit to other, I need to achieve enlightenment Buddhahood. Then I can able to help other. I have a capable to benefit to others. Otherwise, just I have an intention to wants to serve to other, but yourself has so much problem. How can you help? So therefore, in order to benefit to other, I need to achieve enlightenment Buddhahood. So achieving oneself Buddhahood is not out of self-center. That's most important. So wish to become a Buddha, everybody can have that. Out of attachment, you can generate. That's not the main point. The main point is why you want to become a Buddha, why you want to achieve enlightenment Buddhahood. Because I want to save all the mother sentient beings who've been so much benefit to me for eons and eons of life. I want to save them. So in order to save them from samsara, from suffering, I need to achieve enlightenment Buddhahood. Because of that reason, I meditate. So that meditation, how you helps to become a Buddha, because who obstruct you to becoming a true block, obstruct to oneself to achieve Buddhahood? It's your mind of ego grasping, your self-centered, your negative emotions are the obstacle to obstruct you to achieve enlightenment Buddhahood. So to get rid of this mental obscuration, only the meditation, mental exercise, or only the pill, only the medicine will help to cure your inner disease, which are those mental afflictions. Because of that reason, I came here today to meditate here. And specific intention is understanding one's own anger, hatred, how much it hurts you, harms you, how much it destroys your dignities, your values, your relationship with others, your friendships, everything destroyed by your anger, your hatreds. This emotion has nothing benefit, even one little slightly. Instead of benefit, it always destroying you, always disturbing you. So these negative emotions causes by the unique causes is self-centered. So this self-centered is the one of the fundamental causes of these negative emotions. And self-centered itself, when you investigate, this mind is not only harming or not only bringing, creating, cultivate negative emotion, it's also that mind itself. If you look at the Buddhist psychologist perspective, this self-centered is wrong consciousness. We call it the wrong, invalid consciousness, or what you call mistaken consciousness. So first, you should understanding your self-centered is the completely wrong, mistaken consciousness. If you do not know that, then this Tonglen meditation is quite difficult, not make sense that much. If you really understand your self-centered, you've been lived with this self-centered since beginning less to till today. Every decision, every lifestyle you choose, they always involve with their self-centered intention. Why you become an artist, why you become what you call politics, or why you become a businessman, why you become a this or that. If you go deeper level, might be It's something deeper level. They have something self-centered. So self-centered, because of that mind itself is wrong, mistaken consciousness, anything, any decision you make it out of your self-centered, that decisions become a mistake, wrong, because the main intention is wrong. Decision is based on your mind. So when that mind decision come from your self-centered, then decisions become a wrong. When you make wrong decision, your action will turn into wrong mistake. So when you act wrong mistake every day, of course, you will end it up with a wrong place, samsara. So nobody wants to born into there. We always want to born in the pure land, heaven, or something better. But we always born into the samsara. Since beginning last to till today, we're circling into wrong place. Why? Nobody force us. Nobody punish us to go this realm, because it's our own decision, action, wrong. When you wrong act, you ended up the wrong place. So that's how that wrong action, mistaken decision we're making every day, because of we are under the influence of self-centered. Then how can we prove the self-centered is the wrong consciousness? Very simple logic. Self-centered is the mind who's thinking, who believing self is the most important. That's the only they think. In the reality, be honest, then you look self-centered here, self here, look other sentient beings live here, then you look which one is most important. Others important or self is important? Self, how much important? It's only one being. It's just one being. Others, which means immeasurable, infinite, numberless, countless. So just by number, you can see which is the important. But still, how much this self-centered is ignorance, still not understanding, still follow that way. Self is the most important. So in order to get self-benefit, in order to save oneself, you're destroying others. That kind of attitude comes from self-centered. But still, each of us, we still do not know we're making a mistake. We're still not understanding. For instance, look at this 10 finger. In order to save 9 finger, you sacrifice 1 finger. What they call is the smart person, smart guy. In order to save 1 finger, you destroy a 9 finger. What people think that? They think this is a cuckoo, right? It's not really smart thinker. Maybe people think this is crazy. That's everybody going to say that way, but that's we are doing that. In order to save 1 person, we ignoring other, we destroying other. So all our major problem today in this world, self-centered. Like the environment we are talking about, they are fighting about the environment. And we see now global warming, everything we are seeing now, scientifically talking about that. Each individual, your own experience, when you are maybe very, very young age teenager, there might be a huge big river. You can see the big snow mountains around there. After 40 years, 50 years, rivers are drying. The snows are melting. There's no snow now. That everybody see that way. Everybody knows that way. But still, we're not able to take care of the environment. If there's a one tree, something a little bit problem, oh, we should cut it, throw it out. That kind of attitude, everybody has that. So this global, the big problem, why they're doing, even people saying we need to educate. Of course, they're educating about the global warming today. Everybody focusing in there, but they're not focusing on the seed, the troublemaker, the deeper troublemaker. Where is it? They do not know. There are many scientists. They're talking about the global warming, how important, but they build a big laboratory, whatever the name. They can destroy, they can cut the everything things, They're not hesitate, but they always write things. They're always talking publicly, everything. But themselves, can they 24 hours be aware about these things, what they behave? Nobody looking, they once behave, but they're always talking out there. These people are talking us, we are talking them. Nobody taking responsibility. They worry. Of course they are worried. Some place is already drying, turning into desert, right? Desert. So we can see these things now. But they were, of course, they worry. They worry about their grandchildren, great-grandchildren about that. But at the same time, they day-to-day life, they do are fully aware about this. Is really trying that. No. Why? Their self-centered is too strong. So in order to make oneself happy, then you do whatever you want. In order to make something disturb to oneself, even the benefit to whole over, whole planet, even the benefit to planet, all the planets. But as long as if they're hurting you, you will be without hesitate, you will be destroyer. So that kind of behave come from where? Why do we are doing that? Because we are still under the influence of self-centered. Deep of our heart, our big boss is our self-centered. We follow exactly whatever the big boss wanted, we follow. We are the one of the best follower of our own self-centered. That's why, from the Buddhist perspective, we're circling in samsara because of that reason. From the non-Buddhist or from the general perspective, like a big problem, global warming, to small family argument, come from self-centered. So this self-centered is the one of our main causes of our problem. So first, before we meditate on Tonglen meditation, we should understand, because people I'm talking here in the Buddhist perspective. Today, compassion meditation, these are becoming now quite popular. And fortunately, because of this global pandemic problem, either you want it or not, you have to stay in your home. There are many things shut down. So your mind is so much disturbing. Therefore, they all want to do some kind of meditation, and that's good influence. And because of that reason, they might have many instruction about the mindfulness, dealing the emotion, about compassion, love. There are many things available. That's also very good. That's the good side of pandemic. But the Buddhist way of compassion meditation, what is our fault? It's not just, oh, I'm sorry for you. Oh, do there. Not only these are also good. I'm not saying these are rubbish. These are good. But at the same time, one of the biggest our target is, I'm meditating on love and compassion. Purpose is to get rid of my self-centered. I'm drunk by self-centered. We are the slave of self-centered since beginningless to till today. So really, today, born into precious human life, engaging with the Dharma and the great teachings, now this is one of the best opportunity. If I try to deal with this self-centered, I have all the facilities. I can able to think. That's we call, according to the Lam Rim, we always practice first precious human life. So you should understanding how fortunate life you have. Simple thing is that human intelligence can able to distinguish what is right, what is the wrong. That intelligence has potential. The things which disturb you, you can change them, you can reduce them, you can eliminate them. Things which is helping you, you can cultivate, you can, what you call grow. That kind of potential, that kind of capable, you have that. So this is the one of the most important, what you call engine you have. That's the one of the best precious human life. So having that, if you don't use it, if you use just for survive, then wasting the time. You get the jackpot, but you didn't use that jackpot. You lose that jackpot. That's the clear, right? If you use that just for survive, or having good family, enough money, enough material, just for survive, then what's the point? Born into little, for instance, like a little insect, like a bees. They're also doing same thing. They survive, they're taking care of their baby, they're fighting with the enemies, they stay together, supporting each other, growing each other, and survive, and finally they die. So as a human being, if you do that, you have a very intelligent, like a brain, which is maybe, I don't know what, few kilos or pounds of the brain, and that little bee has maybe very little brain. If you're doing exactly the same thing, then what's the point? It's really wasting. So why I'm using that means we should think, because when you depressed, when you lose your power, your family, anything, when you lose, many people so much depressed, they feel hopeless, and they think I'm nothing. So we should, if you think about whatever material you lose, you have a human intelligence. You have what you call the engine or the tool, which has special power to eliminate even the root causes of all your problems. You're self-centered, mind of ego grasping. You have that power. Even you lose family, even you lose job, even you, whatever external things lose, this capable never lose, still there. Utilize that and always try to wherever you fighting to the right target, not to the wrong target. So we fight to the wrong target, so we never finish our problem, never end it. Since you're born to right now, you're fighting always the others, but your problem solve it? Not at all. You finish there, you have another, finish there, another, still keep going, never end it, because target wrong. Our target is there within us, the self-centered, anger, these negative emotions, because these are the fundamental, the causes of all our problems. So to get rid of these negative emotion, first each of us should understand it. Today I came here to meditate is mainly to get rid of my self-centered, my anger, my hatreds, my selfish mind, because these are the mind. In this life, my depressions, my fear, worry, stress, anxiety, my physical problems, my relationship problems, my friendship, all these problems, the root causes is my self-centered. So I came here to get rid of this self-centered. So how should I stop this self-centered? How should I first reduce that? Finally, make weaker. Right now, this self-centered is so strong because we feed to our self-center. We serve to our self-center. Self-center, even in the middle of the dream, it's involved. It causes the problem. It stays with us 24 hours. So how should we first make a little bit weaker? So only the way to get rid of this self-center through the meditation. So it's nothing, any pills, just simple reciting mantras, prayers, we're not going to change that because this is mental issue. So you have to apply the medicine same into your mind, which is direct opposite of the self-center, which is Tonglen meditation. So today we're going to do this, Tonglen. Tonglen, which means, Tong means gift, Len means take. Giving and taking meditation. What does that really mean? Gift, out of love. Take out of compassion. So here, main meditation is love and compassion. So Tonglen meditation, we go with the visualization. Sometimes people just follow the visualization, but they lose the point. So if this point is something not, if you lose the point, the main meditation part, just visualizing whatever you do, nothing benefit. So visualization things are to help to feel inside love and compassion. Because feeling love to entire beings, including the people you really hate, people you dislike, so including them. So in order to feel love to them, it is so difficult because in the past, maybe you never done that in your past life. So this is the most difficult because it's unfamiliarity. So therefore, in order to feel that, you think, you're visualizing, you're contemplating, researching so many things, you applying all of these things to move your heart a little bit into love, into compassion. So that's why visualization, all kinds of things like that. Visualize are not our main goal. These are the just method. These are the tool. The main goal is make sure, do you sincerely feel love to the people you hate? Difficult, right? So you hate to this person, you love to this person. Doesn't matter that person. Your hate and love is in your heart. It's not out there. So other person doesn't matter. He do what he wants to do. She do what she wants to do. But living with hate, it hurts you. It harms you. It disturbs you. It makes you suffering, mental pain. Living with the love, it makes you happy, peace. It gives you inner strength. It creates you beautiful, happy environment. Because of that reason, then you should be smart, not only external smart, smart internal, which is the benefiting you. Because of that reason, I meditate on Tonglen. So that's how, as a Tonglen meditators, we should first, our goal, the target, it's here, self-centered. It's not out there. Then how should we do? Last, I don't know when I done that compassion meditation. We all done that a few weeks ago. So that's the basic. So I don't need to go again on that. Basic on that. Now Tonglen meditation is upon there. First, you feel sincerely compassion, which means I wish each and all of them be free from suffering and causes of sufferings, right? How much you feel compassion to your child, your family members, exactly that same. If you're able to apply to the people you hate, people you dislike, then your compassion become a real compassion. That's how you can able to apply to entire beings. So now, how should we do that? Why you have a problem to feel that same to your family easy, but the enemy side difficult? Why? Because your intention still not yet get there. So compassion to other is the base on, it's not because of they're my family, they're my me. That's not about that. You should apply based on their interests. They are the sentient beings who do not want suffering. Exactly like me, I do not want suffering. I want to live happy. Each and all of them, including my enemies, the troublemakers, they also do not want suffering. They want to live happy, exactly the same. I always wish to be happy myself, wish to be success, wish to be free from suffering because I want to live happy. I do not want suffering. That's the reason. Exactly the same, all of others beings. I also wish them to be happy because they want to be happy. I wish them to be free from suffering because they do not want suffering. So your wish to other is based on their interests. It's not about my interests. That's how you should set up your compassion. So if you're able to do that, then you can able to apply to everybody's, because everybody wants to be live happy. Everybody wants to be free from suffering. So that's our compassion. We should learn. I wish him to be free from suffering because he do not want suffering. I wish she be free from suffering because she do not want suffering. I wish all of these people, then including your enemy, they are also same reason. So unconditional compassion, love. That's we done in the past few weeks. Now, based on that, now here Tonglen meditation is much, much, much stronger because you really feel fear, disgust to your self-centered. You're really understanding your main enemy is your self-centered. So I mentioned earlier from the Buddhist perspective, since beginningless to till today, circling in samsara, because of those mental affliction, if go deeper down, self-centered. So therefore, every my problems, like a fear, worries, during the pandemic, frustrated, depressed, stressed, all kind of this mental issue, the deeper the main seat, the root is my self-centered. I really need to get rid of self-centered. Out of that intention, then when you're seeing the other suffering, your mind is thinking, I will take others. Not only I wish them to be free from suffering, I wish to take other suffering and wrap it into me. That's difficult, right? So that's why it's called, this is secret. This is difficult. So it's in the ancient, it's not openly teaching. Now it's become popular. It's already open, but it's open is just only word open. Word is very open there, but the true practice is, I'm not sure how much it's become popular. True practice on Tonglen, because it's the true practice of Tonglen in the moment, because your mind is fully discussed to your self-center. You really wants to stay away with that. You really wants to get rid of this person. When you're so much angry to somebody who always making problem, or the leaders, whoever, you want that person, even 1 second, you do not want to be this guy, be leader. You want to get rid of this, even 1 second faster. That kind of, disgust, that kind of feeling you have. So if you little bit change that feeling towards your self-centered, so when you really feel that, then you go directly opposite of the self-center, which means usually self do not want to take other suffering. Self always be better. Others suffering go there, not come here. Happiness always come into me. All the sufferings go there. So you using that exactly opposite attitudes. So you're meditating voluntarily, you wish to take all other suffering, wrapping into you. You want to give all your happiness, your virtues, your merit to offer to other sentient beings, wish to gift that love, wish to take other suffering, that compassion. So when you're thinking this sincerely, then through the visualization, so when other sufferings are all over the world, all this, first you meditate on compassion sincerely, then you're visualizing all their sufferings form of the smoke. So each individual's, when they exhale, they release this suffering form of smoke. Then what you're doing, you inhale. That's called taking the other suffering out of compassion. You inhale, you take all these smokes, this suffering form of smoke, you inhaling with your breath, voluntarily, happily. So then when the smokes go into your body, in the middle of heart, it goes there, you're visualizing that self-centered is still the big boss is still middle of your heart. As soon as when the smokes touch to that self-center, you visualize they chase the self-center. They make weaker, the self-center. So you take a smoke and send it to your self-center, make weaker. So you put the medicine to make this virus weaker, eventually completely eliminate. So that's how inhaling, we're taking all our suffering form of smoke and go in your heart, you're visualizing your self-center is weaker. This mind is never irritated, but they do not want that. So you intentionally, happily give to few times of the just taking part, focus out of compassion, take sincerely, not only visualizing part, you sincerely taking other suffering and wrapping into you, make yourself into weaker for a few times. Then we do giving meditation. So your virtues, merit, everything you have, wish to give to others. So you just same, your virtues, merit, form of smoke in your heart. When you exhale, you release the smokes you breath. So when the breath come out from your nose, it goes to 10 directions and spread to all over the world. When these smokes, when the other beings, when they inhale, they take the smokes, and soon as when the smokes go into their body, you're visualizing them, they release their self-centered, their anger, their negative emotion. Through that, all the negative actions and the result of the negative action, which are their sufferings, they're releasing these sufferings. You're giving and makes them full of peace, happy. So you, out of love, you give these things, makes them physically healthy, mental healthy, and peace. So that's love meditation. So we're going to do this Tong meditation. So before we start the meditation, I just give you a little bit first information about this meditation, because otherwise, we're doing the meditation, maybe we do not know that much where the target is, how should we do it. So now you got it. So we'll do here maybe around 10 to 15 minutes on Tong meditation. I'm going to guide it. And then after that finish, we're going to do the question answer sections. Okay, now physical posture, I don't need to say, all of you knows, but among these 7 posture, but the important posture is keep your spine. The backbone should be very straight. That's the one most important. Then eye, maybe not open completely, not closed, but just a little bit open, and look tip of your nose, or either maybe within the 2 or 3 feet down there, look down. Okay, now first you should take a deep breath, inhaling with a very deep and gentle through your nose. Same, the exhale. Do a few rounds of the breath, inhaling with a very deep and gentle through your nose, exhaling with a deep and gentle through your nose. Now you should focus on your breath. When you inhale, just be mindful. Just think yourself is inhaling. And same when you exhale. So keep your mind in the present moment of your breath. Don't think about any past, not planning any future. So remain on the present moment of your breath. So inhaling with full aware. Just think yourself as inhaling. Same when you exhale. Just focus on your breath. Slowly, when your mind is really calm down, now you should look in your own heart and recognize if you have a depressions, stress, fear, worry, anxiety, any mental issues, the mental pains you have right now, identify them. Don't ignore, don't hide them. Show your face toward those inner pains and recognize them. Specific during this pandemic, your frustrations, anything. So you should ask to yourself why you have those mental suffering, the pain. Why are you experiencing them? Of course, there are external conditions because of the pandemic, because of the business, because of the politics and families and so forth. But these are just as a condition. But the main causes of all those pains you have right now is your negative emotions, your anger, your hatreds, your attachments, your high expectations, jealousy, arrogance, egos, and all these negative emotions. And recognize how much anger, hatred, resentment, jealousy, attachments, and so forth you have, how strong they are. all these negative emotions because of the self-centered. So recognize how strong, heavy the self-centered, the selfish mind you have. You've been living with this mind entire your life, from the Buddhists, from beginningless to today. You're circling in samsara. The main one of the causes is self-centered. You dislike the mental issue, the physical problems because of this. So I mentioned earlier, the disadvantage of self-centered should reflect all these disadvantages, the self-centered. Make oneself very narrow-minded, easily to feel fear, worries, when things going wrong into oneself, how much it causes you fear. So all of these, the main causes is your self-centered. Through that you should feel, you should understand that you're really your enemy. It's in your heart, which is the self-centered. As long as living under the influence of this self-centered, you always feel all those sufferings. Through that you should really feel, wish to free from this self-centered, wish to get rid of this. At the same time, you should think you're born in precious human life. You have all this capable potential, all the facility you have to get rid of your self-centered. So feel more confidence and feel really, in order to live really peace, happy, long-lasting happiness, to achieve long-lasting happiness, you need to get rid of the self-centered. Because of that reason, you should feel you're going to adopt this Tonglen meditation. It's the one of the best. The tool, medicine, can help you to reduce your self-centered, make powerless, to eliminate your self-centered. Through that makes you really happy. Now, out of these intentions, so you visualize yourself as a leader and surrounded by all sentient beings, form of human. At your right, should visualize your friends, the families, the people you feel really close. Visualize them at your right. And your left, the neutral beings, which means you know them from your office or your neighbors, whoever, but you do not have either feeling close to them or distant, neither distant. Maybe around 5 to 10 people as a neutral beings. Visualize them at your left. In front of you, you visualize the people you really feel hate, angry, feel distant. People makes you feel fear. Those are the people you should visualize at your front, one by one. Then all other sentient beings you should visualize at your back. Now, first we should do very short compassion meditation. So you should think yourself obviously wants to live happy. You do not want sufferings. Deep of your heart, all other sentient beings, your friends and family at your right, left neutral beings, front enemy, behind other beings, exactly the same. Try to understanding the other's fundamental desires are exactly the same as yours. They all want to live happy. They do not want sufferings. And you have a right to live, to achieve happiness, to overcome suffering. All of those other beings also have exactly the same right. And your final goal is long-lasting happiness. Whatever lifestyle you choose, your main goal is long-lasting happiness. Exactly the same, including your enemies. So our fundamental is completely same. There's nothing different at all. Different history, different background, different shapes, color, interests, philosophy, logic, and anything, religious faith, but our fundamental level is exactly the same. So just look through your fundamental level. Through that, you should generate mind of equanimity. Equanimity, which means remain your mind is completely feeling equal to others, not close feeling, not distant feeling, feeling to other your friends, the enemies in front of you, the neutral being left, other beings behind you, feeling toward all of them is impartial. So meditate on equanimity. Mainly no attach, no anger, no feeling distant, not feeling close to certain people. It's exactly the same feeling. So based on equanimity practice, in order to feel compassion, you should think about the others, kindness you receive from others. All of their nature is very pure from the Buddhist perspective. Even your enemies, they have Buddha nature. Everybody has Buddha natures, which means all of them has capable to eliminate all the negative emotions. All of them have same potential to purify the negative emotion. And their fundamental desires are very, very innocent, just wants to live happy, peace. How horrible person, deep of their heart, he or she, 24 hours, just wants to live happy and peace. So just look from that perspective. All of them, their fundamental natures are very innocent, very pure. There's no reason to neglect them, ignore them. Then upon there, you should think about the benefit you receive from others, your friends and family, of course. You already know that. The neutral beings at your left, you should think, even they do have anger, hatred, they can hurt you, they can harm you, but the kindness of not harming you, kindness of not hurting you, kindness of not destroying your families. Appreciate to them. For the enemies, one perspective, all these negative things you see, but the fundamental there, all this negative behavior and all of these negative things that come from the mental affliction. They're self-centered, not the person. His or her self-centered is not his or her, and not the person. Exactly the difference. They can eliminate their self-centered. That doesn't mean they eliminate the person. So all these negative things causes by the self-centered. The person is exactly like you, wants to live happy and do not want suffering. So try to make that separation. They bad behave, wrong decisions, all these problems is caused by their self-centered. But another perspective is because of those bad behavior, those violent, horrible actions give you opportunity to exercise your patience, your tolerance. These are the only the people gives you opportunity to grow, to cultivate your patience, tolerance. Real opportunity you receive from those people. From that perspective, these other peoples are your teachers. Teachers of your patience, your tolerance. So appreciate to them. Finally, entire sentient beings. The food you eat, the cloth you wear, the shelter you live, the educations you have right now, the water you use, the electricities, everything today you have, your survival is because of all other sentient beings. Even one cup of the coffee, there are hundreds of people involved there. So directly, indirectly, you receive benefit because of others. Your survival because of others. You benefit from, receive from others. So think about entire sentient beings. From the Buddhists, all of them being your mother, all of them being your grandparents, your parents. So you receive tremendously benefit because from others. This life, even they were not your parents, you also receive so much benefit from others. Without others, you will not going to survive. Future, to generate compassion, bodhicitta, finally to achieve enlightenment Buddhahood, it's also because of others. Without others, you will not able to achieve any of this. So others are not only the source of your temporary happiness, they are also the source of your long-lasting happiness. So through that, you should really feel appreciate gratitude to all sentient beings. Through that, you should feel dear to them. Sense of closeness, feel dear. How much you feel close to your family, exactly the same sense of closeness, feel dear to entire sentient beings. So meditate on affection love, which means feel dear to entire beings. Touch your heart to each and all of them. So all those dear sentient beings seeking peace and happiness, nobody wants suffering like you, because living under the influence of self-centered, selfish, all these negative emotions, even they do not want suffering. Shantideva says, even they do not want suffering, they are running towards the suffering. They want to live happy in peace, they're destroying their happiness. by the ignorance, by the selfish. Because of that, today, all of them, all other sentient beings, they are tortured by physical sufferings, mental sufferings, emotional sufferings, suffering of changing, which means they work so hard to create this happiness. All this mundane happiness are turned into the sufferings. And suffering of conditioning, which means the basic of their five aggregates are contaminated. They're living under the influence of negative emotions, contaminated karma. That's why they're already circling in samsara. Doesn't matter rich, poor, educated, uneducated, doesn't matter. Everybody's experiencing these sufferings. So those dear sentient beings, just look from that perspective, and you should generate from deep of your heart, wish each and all of them be free from sufferings and the causes of sufferings. So meditate on compassion to all sentient beings. And really not just remain in the visualization part, go much deeper to focus more into feel from your heart. Wish each and all of them, right side your families, left neutral beings, front your enemies, behind entire beings, all of them free from suffering and causes of sufferings. More emphasis on feeling level. Now, in order to do that online meditation, you should think since beginningless to till today, you never take others' suffering voluntarily. What you do, you always make oneself, focus on only oneself. But today, where you are still in samsara. You're still in so much problems. You have no idea next what we will become. Very dark. Now today, completely change. Instead of seeking oneself, I wish to take other sufferings wrapping into me. So feel that entire sentient beings, the dear sentient beings, they hold their sufferings, physical, mental, emotional, causes of suffering, which there are negative actions and emotions, wish to take all of them to ripen into oneself happily. So feel that from deep of your heart, wish to take all other suffering toward oneself. Out of that wish I mentioned earlier, all their sufferings and causes of sufferings form of smoke. When they exhale, and you should take inhale. When you inhale, you take all these smokes with your breath. When they go into your heart, you visualize your self-centered, that the big boss is still there. Each time when the smoke goes into your heart, you visualize that self-centered is getting weaker and weaker and weaker. So out of wish to take all other suffering toward oneself, take a deep breath. And you visualize your self-center is getting weaker. Again, happily, voluntarily wish to take all other suffering toward oneself. And take a deep breath. So you keep going that for a few rounds of breath. So your self-center is getting really weaker, weaker, weaker. Finally, completely purified, eliminated. You should still keep going, voluntarily take other sufferings, form of smoke, inhaling, you should take it with your breath. Finally, there's no more self-centered. It's completely gone. Now you should feel wish to gift all your virtues, merits, all your good qualities, offer to entire sentient beings happily, voluntarily. It makes that others physically, mentally, emotionally happy at peace. So meditate on giving. Wish to give all your virtues, merits to others, sake of their happiness. Out of that wish, again, you have so powerful compassion and love you have right now. Through this meditation, how much you accumulate virtues, merits, then all your good qualities of the form of smoke in your heart, all of them. So when you exhale, you should release these smokes with your breath, and it goes to 10 directions. And other beings, when they inhale, they take their smokes. As soon as when the smokes go to their body, they release all their mental affliction, their sufferings, makes their physical healthy, peace, mentally, emotionally, full of joy and happy and peace. So out of giving, meditation, wish to give all your virtues and merits to them. Take a deep breath. And you should release them. So you should do this few rounds of your breath. Wish them to be so happy and peace. And wish to give all your virtues, merit offered to them. When you're exhaling, you release those smalls offered to others. So now inhaling with the taking other suffering, form of smoke. Exhale, when you exhale, give. So inhaling with the taking, meditation on taking. Exhaling with the meditation on giving. through that few rounds of breath. Finally, you should visualize all other sentient beings remain very peace and happy, harmony each other. Now you should rejoice and promise oneself to keep this bond and meditation all your life. Okay, so that's the one simple meditation on Tong. So if you do this kind of meditation in daily, and sometimes if yourself, something encounter with a difficult situation, then when you do this meditation, it will tremendous helps you, heals you from your fear, worry. For instance, if you got, very bad disease, so when you remain with this ill, so if you do this kind of meditation, that will heals you first from your mental, heals you from your fear, your frustration, your worries. Then it can help to heal you, even physically helps. In the ancient in Tibet, number of those Kadamba are the meditators, they doing this as a every day. So a number of the masters, when they got something like a chronic disease, and through this meditation, they heal many of them. So there's popular in Tibet in the ancient time. They do not have many disease. They do not have medicine. So using this kind of meditation, tremendous helps. But at least it clear thing is it will help to heal from anxiety, fear, worries. It's one of the best medicine. And but if you're not doing regularly, and the moment when you have problem, then when you try it, it's difficult. Your mental is so down there, more difficult. So therefore, if you do this meditation in regular every day, then when you get it that when you're engaging with a difficult situation, then you can able to utilize this meditation. So therefore, it is very helpful, very benefit, but you have to be familiar with that in order to really help. Okay, so we're going to leave here. So any questions?